Right guys, welcome to another World Cup team preview on this channel, and in today's episode we are going to be talking about one of my favorite teams to talk about, I think, in this episode, in this series. It's Cameroon. Now, if you want to watch more of these World Cup team previews, why not hit the subscribe button and give this video a like so that you don't hopefully miss any of these World Cup team previews that are coming out 3 times a week. Let's get on with the episode. So Cameroon are entering this World Cup from the African region, the CAF region, in that confederation, and the nickname of the Cameroon team is the Indomitable Lions. That's a mouthful to say. The reason they get that name is the meaning of indomitable means something that's very difficult to tame, and the national animal of Cameroon is the lion, obviously. So quite a good name that Cameroon has. I think it's one of my favorite ones. A little bit of a fun fact for you. Cameroon became the first African nation to reach the World Cup quarterfinal back in 1990. They unfortunately got eliminated by England. I believe it was in 90 minutes. It was a very unfortunate circumstance, but Cameroon did do well in that World Cup. They even beat Argentina, who were the defending champions at that World Cup. Now, Cameroon have appeared in 7 previous World Cup appearances. This will be the 8th World Cup, and they will hopefully add in to their very impressive showing almost 32 years ago, something like that. Hopefully Cameroon can finally break their curse and finally get back to the World Cup knockout stages this time around. Throughout the second round of World Cup qualifying for Africa, the second round, Cameroon were in a group with the Ivory Coast, and they actually lost the first meeting between the two teams, as they were the two favorites, but only one of them could go through to the third round. Since Cameroon throughout the entire campaign were behind the Ivory Coast, they play each other on the final day, in which Cameroon beat Ivory Coast to claim top spot in the group and qualify to the next round of World Cup qualifying and eliminating Ivory Coast. So that's how we don't see Ivory Coast in this World Cup. And so why aren't we seeing Algeria in this World Cup? Well, we could have actually seen Algeria, but in one of the most, I've seen probably the most surprising, the most amazing turn of events was in that second leg playoff between Algeria and Cameroon, where Algeria were leading at the start of the second leg 1-0 after beating Cameroon in Cameroon. But in Algeria, it was full of Algerian supporters, but Cameroon scored and brought the game into extra time. And remember, away goals do count in all minutes of the football match. And when Algeria scored in around the 119th minute, something like that, they probably thought, and even I thought, that Cameroon were out of the World Cup and Algeria were in the World Cup. However, in the 124th minute, literally the last kick of the game, Cameroon scored by a goal from Karl Toko Ekambi, and the silence from the Algerian crowd mixed in with the emphatic celebration of the Cameroon team and the Cameroonian players really was one of the biggest stories of the World Cup qualifying campaign. And who knows, Cameroon have this never die attitude about them, and so let's see if they have that coming into the World Cup in Qatar. So the head coach or the manager of the Cameroon national team is one of their former players, Rigobert Song, who was a former player of theirs, and he actually just came in as the manager about a month before that playoff against Algeria. And so for him to have this big of a turnaround for the national team, especially when they kinda in a way underwhelmed in the AFCON campaign, whereby they only finished third when, to be honest, they could have actually won the tournament. But the star players that Cameroon did have in that tournament and throughout qualifying and heading into this World Cup are quite some fairly household names. You have players such as Vincent Abubakar, Karl Toko Akambi, Andre Onana, the goalkeeper, Ambrose Oyongo, and probably the most well-known name in this Cameroon team that's not Joe Matip, who's probably not going to be in the squad, is Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting, who was also part of that squad that beat Algeria in that second leg. And so Cameroon will be heading into this World Cup with quite a few star players in their team that a lot of people didn't really expect it, that they might even have. But never count the indomitable Lions out. And so, what is the style of play and formation that Rigobert Song and the Cameroon team like to use? Well, in their second leg against Algeria, actually, Cameroon played in a very standard 4-4-2 formation, whereby they had two center forwards basically, and they have flanks of two when they have defense and offense as well. Now, one of their strengths are the attacking quality of their players. Choupo-Moting, Abubakar, who's the other player? Toko Akambi, who was very instrumental in that win over Algeria. And so Cameroon do have the attacking quality that they have, and it might be one of the X factors heading into the World Cup campaign, as they probably are going to be perceived as the weakest team from Africa heading into this World Cup. But cannot discount them in their defensive unit, as they like to keep things quite compact at the back, even though they only play 4 at the back. The wing backs or the fullbacks don't really push that much up forward, and so they do have 4 players practically playing as 4 center backs. And it will probably that way when it comes to the World Cup in Qatar. Now, one of the main weaknesses of that is the lack of a midfield protection, which basically means that Cameroon may have the wingers Toko Akambi and Hongla push forward. It will become a 4-2-4 formation, whereby the 2 midfielders may get very exposed from a lot of different teams, such as the Brazil, Serbias, and Switzerlands of this world. And so a lack of midfield protection that they like to hopefully give to their back line, it may become a weakness for this Cameroon team. And another thing that might be a weakness for Cameroon, squad depth. It's really not the best sort of squad heading into the World Cup in terms of the amount of quality that they have all around the pitch. And even worse, if any of them are injured heading into the World Cup, or even during the World Cup, it will be a huge task for the players to step up and perform for this Cameroonian side. So Cameroon are in Group G of this upcoming World Cup, and they will begin their campaign on Thursday, the 24th of November, 1 p.m. local time in Qatar, where they play against Switzerland, a team they've never played before actually. And then on Monday, the 28th of November, 1 p.m. local time as well, same as the first game, they'll be up against Serbia. And then in the final group game on Friday, the 2nd of December at 10 p.m. local time, so now it's at night time for them, they'll be up against Brazil, a team that they have played multiple times in World Cup campaigns previously. Most famously was in 1994, and the most recent one that Cameroon played in 2014 as well, when Brazil beat Cameroon 4-1. But hopefully they'll turn it around in Qatar 2022 and make it to the first knockout stage since Italy 1990. So that concludes the Cameroon episode of this World Cup team preview series. Now, if you like what you saw here, why not give this video a like and subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that you don't miss any of these World Cup team previews that I have in store for you. Now, The next episode we'll be talking about will be on Friday, the 16th of September, where we will talk about one of the big stories as well, not just the Cameroon, but we'll be talking about Canada. That's right, Canada, in the next episode on Friday the 16th of September. So until then, I'll see you guys in the next one.